Now, Arthur.
Come on!
Hello, welcome to the Winter King Season 1 Episode 1 review, an intriguing drama on the legend of King Arthur. The Winter King, a brand new British television series, has both good and bad news. First, the bad news: there is simply no getting around the comparison to Game of Thrones. The plot, the setting, and the acting will all conjure images of that venerable fantasy drama in the minds of the audience. The good news for The Winter King is that it has enough fervor and confidence in its universe and characters to stand on its own as a semi-historical drama. The first episode introduces the main characters and lays the groundwork for a strong series. The storyline goes somewhat like this: High King Uther Pendragon is attempting to quell the tribal warfare and unite Britain in the 5th century AD. The fearsome Saxons are their major enemies. 8 years after Uther banishes his illegitimate son Arthur, it is Arthur who must come home and reunite Britain. Here is episode 1 of The Winter King. The show would be compared to Game of Thrones, as I already stated, which is a difficult battle. Consider Arthur, the illegitimate son. He might resemble a very well-known character who exhibited those characteristics and made it through the gauntlet in Game of Thrones. To be fair, The Winter King is based on Bernard Cornwell's novel of the same name, so eventually the intricate character details are likely to alter. Putting these things aside, The Winter King seems to have had an air of caution about it from the start. It works in its favor, and it might even be the reason why viewers become invested in the setting the show is attempting to create. The politics of Britain in the 5th century are little understood. Even if there are allusions to gods and genuine apparitions that characters like Nimue and Merlin may see in the first episode, some people are nevertheless intrigued by them. Merlin is even capable of seeing someone's evil simply by touching them. Therefore, it is unrealistic to expect the Winter King to portray historical figures like Arthur in a historically accurate manner. The mythologically focused poetic license ensures that the show may occasionally take an unexpected turn. Additionally, the brief exchange between Arthur and Uther prior to Arthur's expulsion appeared to be influenced by Shakespeare. The series could do fairly well compared to other shows of a similar nature if the script and staging in the upcoming episodes are as compelling as they were in that brief sequence. The delicate balance between realism and theatricality will be lost if there is too much histrionics, though. Although the relationship between Derfel and Arthur is still unclear, it highlights the fact that, despite the injustice, Arthur's heart has not grown hard. He is a protector, and perhaps the fact that he was unable to defend his brother in the war with the Saxons led to a genuine change in him. Derfel, on the other hand, doesn't appear to care about his origins. The production value looked appropriate for the type of story the series was attempting to tell from the very first scene of the episode. The locales, such as where Merlin discovers Arthur living in exile, paint a contrast and provide a feeling of Britain's size and cultural diversity, even in the 5th century. It doesn't seem overbearing. Although there are some good performances, The Winter King loses some of its authenticity as a historical drama and starts to feel a little too modern. Consider the applause at the wedding. There is room for improvement in the background music, which sounds too generic and doesn't really emphasize the character themes. Given that this is only the first episode, there will undoubtedly be many more to come, and fans of King Arthur will undoubtedly find the series' heightened reality to be interesting. For the others, they might appreciate the grimy filmmaking and the visceral brutality as well as appreciate The Winter King for what it is. His desire to learn how to use a sword is implied, but the Nimue love story has taken up most of his thoughts. The only time he might have realized his genuine goal, revenge, was at the very end, when Nimue broke up with him. Thank you for watching.